back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We were going into discussion about the last chapter. We were looking at the first all the Hokages, and how the first Hokage really is, and how he's just perceived as this goofball, and everyone was like, "Really? Never would have thought this." But what I think is most interesting is how the first Hokage just I still can't say his name. Hashirama
Senju.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how he relates to Madara and how just completely opposite of the scale they are.
Yeah, they're like, well...
One is a psychopath that wants to take over the world and change it into his image, and the other one is a goofball that's like, hey, my granddaughter's a gambler.
Addict. Not just a gambler, she's an addict. But it's okay, I taught her. I was like, what? Are you serious? Yeah. I don't know.
You mean the village hasn't burned down?
Dude, exactly. I was like, whoa, give her some credit, you know? She's like dying for the frigging alliance, and you're asking if the village is okay. I mean, like,
well, he's got a little bit of justification considering how bad it got left after the pain arc, just saying. Granted, they fixed it, but at the time...
True. If we go back in time, it's like, Konoha, always gets destroyed, you know, it's Orochimaru, then Tsunade comes, the whole thing with Pain comes and it gets destroyed again, and so on and so forth. It's like, isn't this town, village, whatever, going to be peaceful for once? Not getting nuked or anything?
I don't know the response to that.
I just questioned whether he had faith in his own clan.
Yeah,
wow,
that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. It's like, okay, you're making fun of your granddaughter, more or less, you know? It's like, what pride do you have? You know?
Well, the interaction was pretty funny.
Well,
Wait, you died before the third Hokage? Yeah, it's a funny story, actually.
Yeah, well, third Hokage is an old geezer, and you're like this young lad here, and you died.
And you died first.
Yeah.
I don't see what's right about this picture, man. Am I filling me in?
What happens when you become the greatest master of all time and it always goes down the toilet?
Pretty much, yeah. I was like, wow, we got a fourth.
Ooh, a fourth?
Yeah, something like this.
Survived. Sorry, we didn't find out about the Pride MMA team yet.
Yeah.
Promotion, whatever, sue me. They kick people in the face, okay? That's why I watch.
Really hard.
Really, really hard.
My curiosity about Hashirama and Madara is like, how did they get along before, you know? Not before, actually, after. They built the village. I mean, before this chapter, Madara was always like, only Hashirama can beat me or stop me or whatever the translation is. And he was making him sound like this super powerful god and whatever, god of gods and all that stuff. And then 619 comes, and he, basically that god of gods, makes a fool of himself, you know? Like, really? This is Hashirama? Wow. It was funny, but in the same time made me ask myself about those two. What was their relationship? How their rivalry worked? Because in Naruto and Sasuke, we know that, well, Naruto wanted to be popular as Sasuke, but what about these two? What, Hashirama was jealous of Madara's popularity?
Give me a hug, Madara. No, I don't want a hug. Hugging. I'll weld you.
Oh, huggy, huggy, huggy. Yeah, so it's actually quite curious, and I'm looking forward to see the relationship between those two. I know it sounds weird and maybe wrong, but still, you get the idea.
I think it's great to have him have this personality, like Naruto.
Yeah,
I think he's severe. Like, it's those kind of people that you see and you're like, wow, I completely underestimated him.
Exactly. I mean, I bet he has the same attitude as Naruto. I mean, he's a goofball and everything, but if you step on his tail, he's gonna kick your ass. He's gonna be that bad guy. But still, when you see
God,
him,
you're making me want to censor this whole podcast. You're cursing up a storm here. Use some evil, naughty language.
Oh my God! And I'm a girl. I'm supposed to. Excuse me, darling. Promise.
You're excused. We still love you.
Oh, I love you too.
This time. This is why I'm not allowed to be a regular here.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
I feel like Forza Crowd. I better retire.
What?
Oh, when you say it like that, yeah.
I don't know, Shadow, but I see you as Hashi. Very similar.
Someone's gotta jump in.
True. Jump around. Anyway, who knows?
So, Madara versus first.
Alright, sorry, man. I feel like I need to apologize on this part, so yeah, my bad. Alright. I think I might have said too much, so yeah. Anyway, to try to say a topic, I'm actually also looking forward to see how did the relationship between Hashirama and Madara actually work? Because as I'm seeing it now, Hashirama reminds me a lot of Naruto, and Madara in a way also reminds me of Sasuke because killing their emotions and stuff because they had their brothers dead.
Kishi and those damn bloody parallels.
Yeah, parallels.
God, I got a bad vision in my head. Does anybody want to know? Two words. Well, 3 words. 2 words combined.
Okay.
But
Broke back Konoha.
Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord.
Oh well.
Moving on.
Carrying on.
I mean, it just seems like the regular argument where one wanted to rule with love, one wanted to rule with force, believing that people will only understand force, and that's it. And
well, it's this idea that they have 2 totally separate values, and they couldn't see eye to eye because of that.
yeah.
And that's what led to the split.
You know what's funny? Because I was thinking, Madara is the opposite, of Hashirama. Hiruzen with Sarutobi, whatever. But what about Tobirama? He didn't have anyone to just be the opposite. I mean, he had in a way Hashirama, but in my thinking, he's somewhat the balance between Hashi and Madara because he wants the best for his village, like Hashirama wants. However, his methods are quite similar to Madara by ruling somewhat with power and stuff like this,
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Well, you stabbed me first!
Like, duh! Yeah, so it's quite curious to see. And I'm wondering, does Tobirama knows Madara, their relationship, since how she keeps saying, I told you not to do this, I told you about this, I told you about that, and then when Madara is brought up in discussion again, Orochimaru, I think, says to Tobirama, you were afraid of him, or something like this. And I wonder, wait a minute, does he knows him too?
Probably.
I mean, because he goes like child or something, youngster, something like this. You don't know what you're dealing with. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
Pot fools,
you don't know
not
Madara.
what you do.
And then, yeah, you don't know Mother. And then he starts talking about the love thing, the brotherly love between him and Izuna, and that was his, thing, his way towards getting the Sharingan and everything. However, what's curious is that is the manifestation of the 3 Tomoe thingies of the Sharingan. But the idea was that when Madara took Izuna's eyes, they were both having Mangekyo Sharingan. So what made Madara have the 3 Tomoe? Because with Sasuke, the first one was when his parents were killed. The second one was when he was protecting Naruto from Haku or something like this, around that time. The third one when he fought Naruto at the Valley event. And so on and so forth. He got the Mangekyo then. So if this is presented like, that brotherly love that gets you there. What made Madara first? Because as we know, he took his eyes when they were already sharing the Mangekyo.
He lost his favorite toy, Mr. Tibbers.
Yeah. I was just, anyway, wondering.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and
And
see. I
yeah,
think that's going to be revealed.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Madara really needs a backstory. I mean, I don't know, people are probably going to hate this, but I think we need to spend like at least a chapter explaining Madara's backstory, because he's
I said we need 3 or 4 easily.
He's just...
Be thorough.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just... As much as we know about him, he's still pretty much covered in mystery.
Yeah.
Right.
That's part of the beauty of his character. That he's this big bad. We know a lot about him, but in terms of personality-wise, and the guy himself, you know nothing about
and
what got him.
Makes Hashirama be? Sorry to interrupt, TL. What makes Hashirama to be this good with him? This, how do you call it? What makes him be like this? Just defensive over him and Uchihas, generally. Yeah, I get it. He doesn't want to rule by power and stuff like this. Yet still, he protects somehow Madara. It seems like the thing, similar to Naruto protecting Sasuke because he understands him. So what was their common point to be so protective?
Right.
So yeah, this would be an interesting thing to learn about.
Maybe Hashirama wanted to fix the problem that the Uchiwas have. It sounded like he wanted to try to fix the problem, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? And since we discussed about the medical thing, how could there's nothing to cure it? Maybe he was looking for this because, as we know, Hashirama was the first medical ninja. I mean, that's how Tsunade became the greatest medical ninja. So, as I saw things, Hashirama had the body with all, because Tsunade says back when she fights with Madara that because of the will of the deceased, blah blah blah, whatever. This pushed me away or made me create the medical jutsu, the medical thingy. So I was thinking because Hashirama has the body that regenerates itself. He doesn't need any seal or anything like Tsunade needs, for example. And as we saw, Tobirama is like how should I say it? Not the doctor, but somehow doctor. I don't know how clearly to express this, since he knows so much about how their brain functions and how their feelings affected it. Since he made the Ero Tensei, that's all connected to the whole body thing. So I was thinking, what if, because this is how I think that in the end Tsunade has her medical talent from both of them. So in the end maybe Hashi wanted to work on something so that could somewhat cure them. Not cure them as they were having disease,
help
but
them, yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
Of course, there's also the question, he is a mech ninja, how do we know he didn't do some forbidden stuff?
Or that.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying it's right at all. I'm just saying you never know. Maybe he's so hostile towards them because they were a mistake of his. Maybe start experimenting on them.
True, and Edo Tensei is this jutsu, I mean, everybody talks about it, the most frightening jutsu out there. It was built for this, but this comes from people that weren't the makers of it. What if this just popped in my head? What if basically this is something between Hashi and Tobirama to somehow, help them to see those dear ones, as Madara seeing again Izuna or something like this. I don't know, every crazy stuff goes in my mind now because the Edo Tensei Jutsu itself is covered as well in so many mysteries. We know about it, but we don't know anything about it actually. What made them do it in the first place? So, I'm pretty sure that their relationship, which sounds crazy, I know, but whatever.
Wait. Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I think I'm getting the wrong message about this one. So are you saying the Uchiha are a failed experiment?
Not them.
No.
Failed experiment. The experiment of the Edo Tensei,
Ah, okay.
To bring back the
I was getting that
people.
one confused. I was like,
No.
What are we talking about again? We were talking
I
about the
was the
Uchiha
one
that
that-
went to the Edo.
I was the one that threw out that you never know. Some of that Sharingan stuff could have been. You never know.
Well, Rakudo, again, going back to the discussion we had, he thought the Sharingan was actually the seal. And I brought up the idea that maybe the power that was sealed is the Rinnegan.
Possibly.
Could be.
Again, it's a crack theory. I mean, I know it
does. I mean, a lot of these things really do sound like they are crack theories. I mean, they probably are. They probably are. We probably are looking too far into it, but at the same time, you gotta stay somewhat open to them because.
I mean, it's just.
What?
I mean, it's just because when we look at Madara and basically, Tobirama was like, Madara actually became this. He became this Uchiha problem that it manifested in. Basically, he became what it was, more or less. if I'm making any sense about that. And I thought to myself, well, he's the only Uchiha with a Rinnegan to ever unlock it.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, is that a connection? Is there a connection there? I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I mean, crack or no crack, I mean, Obito theories, Toby being Obito theories, were crack back in the times. And yet, it came true. So, who knows? Because this part with sealing away could be having two senses, you know? Seal away as in, you know, lock their feelings. For them to be emotionless persons, so they won't suffer. However, could mean that indeed there's a seal per se, you know, to dissolve things. I don't know. I guess we yeah. I guess we should wait and see. This chapter is what?
It does set up a lot of things that we're just going to have to wait and see where Kishimoto is going for. And hopefully we'll get the answers in the next couple chapters.
True. And Shadows agrees from the shadows.
Yeah, well, I think that James' theory might have some ring to it, but again, this is something that we actually have to wait and see because, as far as I understand, I believe that the commas of the Sharingan are actually a release of the power. You know, not that they're actually holding back. That it's actually manifesting itself. So that's why I'm finding it to be a bit confusing.
Yeah. And what I saw was that it was the effect of it when I read it. I kind of saw the same thing.
Actually,
like
if you
turning the locks.
Yeah, something like this. Because if you look at it, Sasuke, for example, is usually that I'm not going to talk with you person. You know, doesn't let his feelings out. However, when he got the first coma, he was crying, letting himself out, his feelings. When he protected Naruto or whatever he did back at that time, he had this urge this feeling to protect his friend. So he unlocked the second one. The third one was when he let all his rage in the battle with Naruto roam free and tell him, what do you know about my sufferings? What do you know about having a family and then getting them wiped out, you know? And then when he fought with Itachi as well, when he got the Eternal, the Mangekyo, if I'm correct. He was like letting his rage as well. But then again, that sad feeling that his brother is not there anymore.
Which is kind of ironic because you wanted to kill him in the first place.
Yeah! And then he gets the Enton Karatsugi to protect the how do you call it? Karin as well. So basically, every time he lets his feelings roam free, he gets a power up, to say like this. So, yeah, you are basically right, Shadows.
It
looks like it.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying it looks like it. I mean, the way he put it and how we look at the events, it totally looks like it.
Yeah. I mean, one of the themes I believe of this manga, or has been discussed, is that we don't give in to hatred. We don't give in to the pain and the hatred, or the hatred that comes from the pain. And it's literally, this chapter just basically says the Uchiha are literally the embodiment of giving in to that hatred. You gain power, but you lose your mind.
Yeah, something like this, indeed. It's like a price you have to pay.
Go to the dark side of the Force.
We have cookies.
What are you talking about?
We have
delicious cheesecake. Don't you want the cheesecake on the darkest side of the universe, of course?
Yeah, something like that.
Always one upping the light side. and delectability.
I like the light side. We have sun.
I like sun as well.
Fable reference. Only bad thing about the dark side is you can't put milk in your coffee.
Now, how's that a bad thing?
I like milk in my coffee.
How dare you?
It makes it creamy. Don't
It
judge
makes
me.
it... I like
And
my
here-
coffee black.
Gentlemen, we have the dark side, TL, and we have the light side, James. Ta-da!
Ding ding. Round one. Thanks, coach.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess in the end this is the conclusion we could all draw at that. We have to wait and see for ourselves.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Because we can speculate it here and
That's the thing about any speculation like that. It's going to go in all sorts of directions. But when it's all said and done, sometimes the best thing is just sit back and wait.
And it is very exciting. I mean, the possibilities are endless from here on
that's
out.
the thing. That's the thing. I hate it. I hate it, but in a love, that hate-love thing. When a thing like this happens, unlocks so many possibilities that I hate the fact that I have to think at so many, and I don't even know which one would I like more. I would like this, but look at this. This could happen as well, and it's crazy. And until the next chapter appears, I'm like, come on. So yeah, we should wait and just see, basically.
Hang in there, folks. It's showtime.
Ta-da.
Be patient.
Patience, my friends. Patience is the key.
Bring me that horizon.
Yeah.
Well, there's a topic. I've been trying to get on this podcast for the past, 2 weeks. And
Yes?
people wanted me to get it, and I keep forgetting about it because it gets drowned out by everything else, but what do you guys think of the new Sexy Naruto Beach 3? Well, more commonly known as Ultimate Ninja 3.
Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. Because
Yes.
Ultimate Ninja 3 came out ages ago. I pre-ordered it. I'm really excited. Comes out next month, I believe. Yes. We actually get in America first before it comes out in Japan, which is really weird. But that's how it's working out.
Yes, but the Europeans get a better version.
Oh,
How so?
really? Too bad
What are
I
they getting?
don't play.
They get those cool statuettes, and they get all the DLC up front.
That's true. But
Move to Europe.
that requires spending more money than I'm willing to spend. I can barely afford enough on games as it is. Last special edition I bought was Zone of the Enders, and that was $60. So, yeah. I am the guy that shops around and tries to get games for cheap because I'm a cheap bleep gamer.
Yeah,
So-
basically, I don't play it. I don't have those. I'm not a big gamer myself, so I don't
You're
have
not?
anything.
Get out of this podcast right now.
No,
Get out of the game.
the thing is, I haven't bought
On the
some...
contrary, my dear friend James, introduce her to the gaming.
Indeed.
Wait!
Let the addiction begin.
Don't get the idea that I don't play at all. I mean, I'm a big Need for Speed fan, or Diablo. But the thing is, yeah. But the thing is, and StarCraft. But the thing is, I haven't, in like
Yes.
the last couple of years, I haven't been so much into it, so I haven't bought any like Wii's or PlayStations or
Game consoles.
whatever. Yeah. Game
For Diablo
consoles,
3?
So, not yet. So yeah, I couldn't help you on this topic. Sorry, guys.
For those who have seen the pictures, we got like many different costumes, but everyone's really excited for the Sakura in a bikini, and Tsunade in a bikini, and Schoolgirl Sakura. They're a bunch of perverts.
See, I pre-bought for the Goku costumes, so, yeah. Because GameStop's doing that here in America. My main thing is that the games always look so darn good. I mean, they are some of the best looking games this generation. Really show off what these systems can do with the cell shading. Really come to life. Games available on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, so as long as you have a high-def console, be sure to check it out, pick it up. Fighting system is fantastic.
I still wish we had those Naruto XL sagas.
The
Accelerations.
PSP games?
No, I think they were on the PS2, I think they were.
Those are the old ones. There's the Excel games are on PSP, I thought, and then you have the old Ultimate Ninja games on PlayStation 2, and then you also have the Clash of Ninja games. Those were on the Wii and the GameCube.
Right, but these are the only ones. These are the fighting ones that are only in Japan.
Most of those are going to be
it's
probably...
Acceleration.
I think those are on PSP.
Those are pretty high-end graphics for a PSP.
Yeah, they were. No, they really pushed that system over there. And you have to also keep in mind the resolution and stuff for those games. It was really crazy what they were able to do with that. And they were willing to look into it because the PSP market in Japan is huge.
I think they're also on PS2, though.
What, the PS2? No, the PS2 games, they stopped making them a while back. Let me do a little research real quick while we go ahead and keep talking.
Alright then, well, speaking a bit about Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, well, I can say that I'm 50-50, looking forward to it and not looking forward to it. You see, I have played Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 1 and Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, however, I've only played the multiplayer aspect of it, meaning that I haven't played the storyline. I don't know how the single player campaign mode runs. I believe you do run around the village and make missions and stuff, and part of it goes to battle. But the multiplayer is mainly focused on on the fights, like any other fighter game, to say it like that. And in my honest opinion, I had a bit more of a preference to the multiplayer aspect of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 1 than of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Of course, that is just me. However, I do have to admit that Kakashi was overpowered in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 1. I don't know if Twilight agrees with me. I'll ask him later when he returns after doing his research.
Yeah, I actually just got done finishing it. What were you about to say?
That I believe that even though I like the multiplayer better in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 1, I still believe that Kakashi was a bit overpowered. Though I'm not sure.
Yeah, no doubt. I didn't have a lot of time with the first game because I have an Xbox 360, and when the first game came out, none of my friends had PS3s. So I didn't get to spend as much time on that one. The Storm game I spent most time with was 2 in Generations. And almost all of it was on the multiplayer component. The way they handled the story was pretty nice, though. We'll give them that.
Alright, then.
Although some people are not looking forward to this game because they think it's just a rehashing of everything else. It's just a continuation of the story. The graphics, they say, that hasn't really changed much.
What's there to change? That's my argument on that one. This is very different from something like Call of Duty or something like a different game. The problem is that with the current generation of consoles, we pretty much hit the wall in terms of what we can do. This is what happens when you have 7-8-year-old console tech. And 2, and this is a more important issue here, the games already emulate extremely well the animation. This is one of those things where, yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There will be a time and place for them to change the engine up more. That's next generation.
So it's like a style versus graphics.
Exactly.
I mean, Jet Set Radio Future was never realistic, super realistic looking, but because of that cell shade, it made it the most popular. Well,
exactly.
One of the most popular games.
And the thing is that the lighting systems are what's really going to make the next game whenever it comes around. And as it is right now, we've pretty much pushed what 360 and PS3 can do with lighting. If you want to see a game that has better lighting, you're going to have to, right now, go PC or go Wii U. Wii U actually has some really nice lighting systems on there, so I fully suspect that we might eventually see a Naruto game on that system. That would be nice. With the trends, that's the other thing. For next generation, we don't know what direction the Japanese companies are going to go and how much love Sony's going to get. So we'll have to wait and see.
The only thing I'm fearful for this game is I want to enjoy this game. I really do, because it looks great. I know how it plays. It plays great, but, I don't want the pairing fandom being a fight in this game. And I know it is. and I know, because in, Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, there was that one part that...
But that was done tongue-in-cheek, the whole, what's it called, secret lovers thing.
No, I'm not talking about the secret lovers. I'm talking about a scene in the game where Hinata bought Naruto dinner, but Sakura helped pay for it. And we got this weird little triangle weird thing.
That's just funny. Which game was that one in?
That was Ultimate Ninja Storm 2.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of experience with multiplayer, not a lot with the single player. They just do it to fill in the time. That way they can give you a little bit more game. I don't know if they're going to do that with 3, but we'll see.
Maybe, but still, if they're... Again, I don't want them to go beyond that. I don't want them to throw the pairing fandoms at our faces in this game with these side things.
They are fueling the fire, for God's sake.
Well, I don't want the game ruined for me.
It won't.
That's basically it.
There are certain things that they will not do. They're not going to contradict the canon, so don't worry about that.
I'm not worried about that. I'm looking at you, fans. All of you.
Yeah, Anyway, I won't say anything about that.
I've already had people ruin Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with me. You're not ruining this one for me.
What did they do to Marvel 3 that made you so mad?
That's a story for another time.
Okay.
It's not the game itself, it's the fans who follow it.
It's Marvel, baby! Anyways.
Hot button!
Scoops of Haagen-Dazs, baby. Alright, so, once again, Ultimate Ninja Storm will be out March 5th in North America, March 8th in Europe, and April 18th in Japan, 2013. So, gamers on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, once again, keep an eye out. Should be exciting, and for all you guys on the NaruSaku forums, once the game comes out, we can maybe start up a gamer tag and PSN trading network and get a league going or something. That'd be good.
Sadly, most of the members only have PS3s.
Like I said, get some kind of league going, so...
Well, we come to the best part of the show. Excuse me. We come to the best part of the show, questionnaires.
Ta-da!
I'll be honest, I'm not getting as many questions as I hope to get on a weekly basis. Maybe because it's just slow, whatever. But, remember, you guys can ask anything you want, whether it's personal or about Naruto, whether it's me or the guests themselves. I'll provide the link in in this podcast, so you know. But you can always email me questions at NaruSakuFC at yahoo.com. I check it every other day, so it's not like I'm not doing that. But yeah, if you got questions, don't be afraid to ask. I can't guarantee we'll answer every question, but I will give it my best shot.
Well, first we need to have the questions, as many, and then
Yes.
worry about that.
Yes. Okay, the first question is actually towards me. Everyone keeps asking me, are these podcasts staged? Like, do I script them all? Do I hand my guest strips? Guest, do you know exactly what we're going to talk about?
No.
No clue
No?
whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
Hear this? That's my script. The only thing that's really scripted is the beginning, maybe during the breaks, depending on if I want to cover something specific, but that's basically it. Everything else, I don't really tell these guys anything because I want to keep it that kind of a mystery. And if I throw them a question that they're not ready for, that's even better. You get even better reactions.
My fears. You know,
It's
reactions are the best.
yeah.
So
Live on the show.
So is it scripted? Partially, but not everything is.
It's formatted,
Yes.
but it's not scripted.
Yes. Next question.
Yeah. Ow.
This is actually from a guy. I think it's a guy, possibly a girl. This is from somebody named Noel Roberts. Roberts. I got this in the.
Hey, yeah.
Some of these questions are very similar, so I think we just roll them into one. But, you know, what do you think of the whole emotion? Well, we already covered that. And more importantly, why is the manga taking a Star Wars plot in a sense? I kind of thought that was funny. Because we did talk about that, and I was thinking Naruto, the movie, with Natalie Portman as Sakura, Shia LaBeouf as Naruto, Daniel Radcliffe as Sasuke, and Liam Neeson as Kakashi. Directed by George Lucas.
Let's keep him out of the director's chair, shall we? Leave him as executive producer. That's how Empire turned out amazing. Anyways, that's funny. You guys did talk about it last time. I've talked about it a few billion times. A couple videos up on that, actually.
Undying reason. Questions,
So,
actually.
The reason Kishimoto writes things similar and why it's going down the Star Wars plot in a lot of ways is because of two reasons. One, universal narrative, which is the studies that Joseph Campbell did that led to Hero with a Thousand Faces, which led to Star Wars. A lot of that borrows from mythology from all over the world. This includes Japanese mythology. Kishimoto has said in the past and has made it very clear that his intention with Naruto was to essentially retell some stories and keep the stories alive. So there are definitely elements of Japanese mythology that are blatantly obvious in his work. So you're going to see some parallels there. But the other thing is that we know for a fact Kishimoto does have a thing for Star Wars. He stated that he's into movies such as Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, etc. That's kind of his thing.
Nothing is original.
Nothing is ever original. It's just how you tell it.
Yeah.
Although, if I see Sasuke doing the whole, my precious, I'm blown.
If that happens, I will be dying of some kind of laughter seizure.
Yeah, he was, a bit similar, only that he didn't quite scream it, my precious. When it comes to Itachi, I mean, he is his precious, but...
Brother!
Anyway. Yeah, something like that.
Scream.
Always.
Yeah, whatever. Well, the thing is with Kishi, as TL said, he likes the movies. I mean, he said he tries to not get as influenced by it, but he's a human at the end of the day, and we watch movies and stuff, and I like this idea, I like that, whatever, no, because people were saying as well that it has similarities with Matrix, and well, Kishi did say he likes
the Matrix
a lot. Yeah, so in the end, he is not the only one doing it. People are doing it all the time, basically. So I wouldn't be that worried about that.
And the other thing is that the Darth Vader fall itself is the tragic hero storyline. I mean, it's been done to death before.
Exactly. It's like in literature there are some basics you need to follow. Either be it with the hero, anti-hero, whatever. So this is what Kishi kind of does. That's why it's similar to people. And being that the fact probably that Star Wars had a huge impact all over the world, that's why people find it similar with Star Wars, because maybe they didn't see another series or another movie or another manga or whatever to find the same details there, the same pattern, because these are patterns that are followed.
Also keep in mind that Star Wars was freaking huge in Japan. Like, it was just as big, if not bigger, in Japan than it was here in America or anywhere else in the world.
Totally.
The Force is strong in this one.
Definitely. I mean, look at Fukasaku. He's like, the Force guy. I can't remember his name. I know I'm not that a big fan, but I did watch the series. Only that my memory fails me. The guy who said the Force be with you.
Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No, the little green guy.
Oh, Yoda.
Yoda. There we go.
Like I don't remember. Well, Fukasaku is like Yoda frog.
Fearless leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Yeah.
It'll take you a bit more time to master that one, Master Yoda.
Oh, shut up.
That's what they all say.
I think we pretty much answered that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Sounds good. I just want to add one little thing, if that's okay.
No,
Jack
it's
it
not
on.
okay. Go away. No, okay.
No, it's just that when you think about it, I'm gonna put one really simple example. Try to look at any original fan fiction that any person has created and tell me that he hasn't drawn a reference from something else. I mean, we have had a long history here on Earth. We have a lot of ideas, and keeping in mind that there are so many ideas out there for a story, it's no surprising that there are some elements that from Naruto that may resemble other series. So, I actually don't find it surprising.
Boondock Ninjas.
As long as it isn't a complete copyright, to say it like that, as long as it's had its own elements, to say it like that, there will always be some similarities with other stories.
True.
So yeah, that's my 2 cents to the question.
Here's your change back. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, change for 2 cents.
Sweet.
My goodness, how generous.
Oh, awesome.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
These next
Sorry
couple
about
questions involve the Road to Ninja movie.
Oh.
It has not been released in America, so very few Americans actually saw it.
I specifically said I'm not checking this out till it's out here, so
I don't know how well we can answer these questions.
throw them up there.
Right.
I mean, we can try.
First question. Reaction in Japan, in terms of box office or popularity. You can guess if you have no clue.
Researching.
To me, I know it was a big event there, because I don't know, people in the Western culture don't get it that NaruSaku is a symbol of Japan, of their culture and how their relationship worked there and everything, So basically, it's pretty much perceived, and I don't know about the money, but the general idea, that's it. I know since I read here and there.
Okay, so here's the reaction, money-wise. Film debuted in Japanese box office 3rd So it came in third
Yeah.
on opening weekend.
Yeah.
And it earned about, in its weekend, in U.S. dollars, earned around $3,799,276.
Boy.
American dollars. By the time it finished, before let's see, was that with or? I want to say this is after. Yeah, this is before DVDs were released, because it's about to come out on the April 24th is when it releases on DVD in Japan. When the film came out in Japan, it managed to end up grossing 1.46 billion yen between its opening on July 28th and September 23rd. In U.S. dollars, that's 18.3 million.
18.3 million?
Just shy of The Dark Knight.
In Japan. Keep in mind, this is Japan. This is one country. It sounds like, to anyone that follows movies here in America, over there, that's huge because of geography.
To me, wait a second. To me, it's huge.
Yeah,
To me,
exactly.
because, I mean, from the country I come,
Exactly. But
to me,
for a lot,
it's huge.
right. And for us here in America, we're used to seeing box offices that are pushing hundreds of millions. I mean, that's normal. So for those of y'all here in America, we spend a lot of money on movies, and we also are, geographically speaking, and population-wise, we're bigger. So yeah. That's
and
not
also,
gonna sound like a lot to us.
also, it's the opening the movies from you guys have, and the opening the movies that from Japan have. Because, for example, here what do we get? Here we only get the television series, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if this would be worldwide open. Definitely the numbers would be different. But as I said, to me, it's huge.
Yeah, and it is the highest grossing Naruto movie ever.
And it got positive reviews, I think, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
So-
I mean,
So it was well liked. I think
It was definitely well received, and definitely Kishimoto's involvement has everything to do with it.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I mean, he didn't make Pierrot cry for nothing, right? Sorry, I have a thing with the. With
Yeah,
the
I could just see Kishimoto come. You're doing it wrong. This is how you do it.
Yeah, I mean,
And he said he's like,
titles to it.
he said that he wouldn't mind doing it again. Take that how you will.
Well, he should be doing it again, because the way the anime studios, in my opinion, and it's a factual opinion, I can compare manga with anime episodes, they're basically distorting the public's view on the manga. People know it's totally different from the manga, from certain point of views. So you better read Kishi's original work rather than just looking at the anime, because it's I don't want to go there, because I might say something not so well received. Anyway. But yeah, we can see the differences when Kishi's involved, and we can see the differences when he's not involved.
Oh, no, absolutely.
This next question is kind of interesting, though.
Bring it on.
If you put in Kishi's perspective, what do you think his intentions are for this movie?
His intentions for this movie were, one, to give people a nice little thing for the anniversary of the series. And number two, the intention appears to be, because I've seen the plot summary, I know what it's about. I haven't seen it, but I know what it's about. And the idea was kind of a what-if concept. In a lot of ways, the idea of the movie was to basically throw out this idea of what if Naruto's parents were alive? What if Sakura didn't have her parents? What if Sasuke turned out differently? What if everyone had different personality? It was this complete idea where he was able to do his own alternate universe concept and just be able to have a deeper study and just show how important a person's background is to their character, and that changing it will fundamentally change a person.
Yeah.
And change his characters.
Yeah. Basically, my opinion would be the same. However, I do have the feeling that with this movie and hearing how involved he was and everything else we've been talking till now, I do think that he shows in a hidden but nice way what his true intentions are. And this alternate universe, I see it as because we see Hinata being bold, we see Sasuke being all cheesy and stuff with girls and anything, taking a notice in Sakura, and all those things that the fans wanted. So this is, from my perspective, I repeat, in my opinion, what Kishi is trying to say, besides the fact that, okay, we're celebrating stuff and he wanted to put a big emphasis on the parental bond, he's like somewhat saying, look, what you want is what you want, but what I want is this. So he has, both of Sakura and Naruto traveling together, going through this experience, and I also feel it like it's a recap of their development, because in chapter 3, if we remember, Sakura somewhat laughs at Naruto for not having parents, so she now walks in his shoes, and the whole movie is like telling their story from chapter 3 till now, for example. And then again, we have Naruto, who, well, his parents are alive, and for the first time he lets himself, he doesn't, because as we know, his biggest wish would be for his mom and dad to be alive, but he's always hiding himself, in a sort of way. But this time it's like, I can finally see them, and I want to stay here, and everything. So yeah, short story long, or long story short, my idea is that Kishi wanted to show us that primarily parental bond, to tell to the audience that, look, parents are important, don't treat them like this and like that, because we know both Sakura and Naruto have a thing at the beginning. And besides the anniversary and everything, Kishi is sending a message there. This is what I want to do. This is what you guys would want me to do. But I do what I want to do. So, at least that's my take on it. Sorry for making it long.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because there's another message that I got out of this movie. I mean, just reading the synopsis and everything, but it almost seems like one of those, what happens if you get what you want, but it's not what you expected?
Exactly.
And then you realize that what you had, it's not what you want, but what you have and what you need that is more important.
Exactly. And for example, the best example for this would be Sakura. She finally gets Sasuke's attention, but his attention is not only for her.
It's for every girl.
It's for every girl out there. And she finally realizes in the movie, and for me it's a hint, but anyway, that actually her feelings for Sasuke weren't that strong as she thought, and the fact that Sasuke, he's like that with every girl makes her realize that he's not such a great guy she thought he'd be, So this is like a big slap to her face, like, wake up to reality. So it's like, be careful what you wish, because you might get it. But not as you want.
Caught you in the morning with another one in my bed. Don't you care about...
Yeah.
I sing a lot. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Don't you judge me.
But no one is judging you, darling.
Oh, not you
Yeah,
guys, but the listeners out there.
The ones
Don't
that
you-
truly hold the power.
I don't know, I just will wait for the movie to come out, and I'm having a, just to make an analysis over it, to write my thoughts about it. To just come around in full circle with these thoughts I'm having on Kishi's intentions, what he's showing here, what he's showing there. And you know why I say that he puts what the fans want there, but only it's in the alternate universe? Because we've seen that little part of the movie where Hinata calls Sakura flat-chested. Well, how does the fandom call Sakura flat-chested? Kishi until then, he never put in faces on bodies and stuff like this.
Go get us some mud. We're gonna have a cat fight. Fight.
Yeah,
Fight.
and they're like having this girl fight. It's like the emphasis of the fandom when she says petanco, which means flat-chested. So to me, these are like little hints here and there. And Kishi saying, yeah, I've been hearing you, I know what you're thinking, I know what you wish for, here, have a part of it, but still, don't forget this is my manga, I run it how I want it.
Yep. And as you guys know, April 24th, 2013 is when the movie will be released in Japan. For those of you guys waiting for subtitles, I suspect it will not take too long afterwards. And for all you know, because we know how leaking goes, there will probably be versions of the movie flowing around and about, and that's how most of you guys are going to be checking it out. So, yeah, keep an eye out.
Ta-da!
I hate YouTube.
Yeah, I can't wait for the movie to come out.
And now here's Shadow with the new weather report.
It's raining with love.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. I'm picking on Shadow a lot. Well, he's so quiet. I'm trying to get something out of him.
No, it's not that. It's
Say
just that,
something.
let me put it this way. Whenever it's my turn to say something, either you guys have covered pretty much everything, or one of you cover everything that I was gonna say. So all I can say is that, well, I agree with you. I believe that Kishi wanted to deliver both things, both what Twilight said and what Chatte said, about what will happen if this is, a what if scenario. What if the characters had opposite personalities? What if this? What if that? And Chatte also explained it perfectly, to say it like that. If Kishi want to say, well, this is how it would happen, but remember that this is my story, these are my characters, so let me work on them the way I want to. And feel free to leave your comments after I'm done with the story. But again, it's his story, it's not the fan's story.
And you know why I think he did this? Because if we remember back in, 2010, 11? Anyway, after Sakura's confession chapter, when Chi Nakamura asks Kishi about her confession, and in the middle, somewhere there, I don't know, I'm gonna have to check it with my friend, because she knows Japanese. There's a part, an interesting part, and as I've heard, Kishi was really pissed at that time, and he's like, you always said Hinata, Hinata, you always, their loud voices always scream Hinata, Hinata. Well, I say she's not Hinata. And from what I gathered, he was pretty, defensive on Sakura, and in the same time, like pissed. Wait a minute, you don't tell me how to do my work.
I'm gonna write my story with my characters the way I want to. You want to stick around, stay on the ride. Otherwise, you can
not,
go.
Exactly. So this is how I think.
And we got that infamous interview lately where supposedly Kishimoto's been getting a lot of death threats from Naruhina fandoms and everything, and he's like, well, I'm gonna make this the best manga if I can, if it costs me my life.
Yeah, right? I mean,
where was that one from? I haven't seen that one.
This is a new interview, and I found it really, the connections are there, for Christ's sake. We keep hearing about those death threats. And we're like, speculations. But then again, Kishi himself, in the interview, in an official interview, because it's on the, what DVD release from Road to Ninja, he says that I'm gonna do this even if it costs my life. Thing he hasn't been telling before.
Interesting. I mean, he's always said I'm gonna do my best to get it done. But he's never said it like that, so that's very interesting.
Right? So it's not just me seeing things.
No, it's not. That's a very interesting thing. And the thing is that there have been a lot of death threats going around in web communities as of late. Dan Slott, Spectacular Spider-Man, for what he did for Amazing Spider-Man 700, he got a death threat for killing off Peter Parker, which a lot of fans hated. Everyone was mad about that. And it's a slightly different scenario when it's an author that's inherited his characters. But, seriously, death threats? Really?
Exactly.
But that's unfortunately something that's been going around for forever. The difference is that the internet, some people shouldn't have it, but they have it anyways. And they act rather than think.
Yeah, not to be disrespectful to anyone, but, this is...
Lay off the man.
There once was a thing called netiquette.
Yeah.
And I would say that social networking has killed it, but that's a soapbox that I will leave for another day.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know all about death threats, don't you, Hideki Anno? I've seen tons of them for Evangelion. We kind of answered that question, didn't we? There's another question that's relatable to this, and we kind of answered that one.
Which one?
Does this movie hint at NaruSaku?
Haven't seen it, but from what I'm hearing, possibly.
From what I'm hearing, and I know I'm being biased here. I'm admitting this, but you have Sakura being with Naruto in this travel along, in this experience all along, and they're like learning about one another. And I mean, if it wasn't somewhat hinting, why not have anyone else be with him? And I know I'm sounding biased, but still, why? I mean, he could have put it just for Naruto, yet she's there. And all those moments where she once again shows how selfless she is when she asks him, are you happy here? And he's like, well, everything what's here, thinking, of course, I've been wanting it for so long, and he doesn't even, tells her this, but she gets it. And to me, yes, to me is a big hint. To me, that's the message. Kishi, besides the bond, don't get me wrong, the most important message here is the family bonds. But the second after it is that, yes, this is my chosen pairing, deal with it. And why do I say this? Because I've read impressions from Japan itself. And they're like all considering Naruto and Sakura the second generation of Minato and Kushina. So, if them consider them like this, they're Japanese. They know their culture. You can't come as a Westerner and say, "No, you're stupid. You're biased." So, if they see it this way,
well, you could. You just wouldn't have a very good ground to stand on.
True, but they do, since they're like in their home, you know. So yes, to me, I know I'm biased, call me biased, whatever, I don't care. But to me, yes, this movie is a big hint in NaruSaku. From many ways, because think about it. He's gonna end the manga with another girl. Don't want to be starting. Well, how is he going to explain all those caressing things between Naruto and Sakura, those looks, him holding her and everything, since you planned him to end with another girl? Because though Naruto and Sakura both are in the real world and in the parallel universe are the same. They don't change. So you can say, you know, yeah, that was the other universe. No. From the beginning till the end, Naruto and Sakura are the same Naruto and Sakura we know in the manga. So every behavior they display in the movie could be as well considered canon behavior. May I remind you. So to me, call me biased, I don't care, yes it is.
Okay, biased, but all I know is that my gut says maybe.
Yeah, well, I'm honest, you know, because sometimes I'm stuffed to people coming and telling me that, no, maybe, whatever. Stop brushing it. I mean, I'm not coming and brushing your pairing moments, you know? So, why should you do this with my pairing? This is me. I'm taking all the responsibility.
That's
whatever.
her. Go after her Tumblr, not mine.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I can't confirm, but chances are I'm gonna. That's the thing. If what we are hearing is true, I probably will end up having the same kind of train of thought. I'd have to see how it goes.
The feels.
Yeah, the feels. Just the way that, you know. That's like saying I'm going to review The Legend of Zelda, but I'm just going to sit here and watch my friend play it. You can kind of get an idea, but it's not the same. You have to play it to review a game, you know?
True. That's why I said from what I've read and seen and pictures and videos and whatever, this is what I get.
Let's play NaruSaku podcast.
Ta-da!
Episode 1.
Today's game is...
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da. Yeah. So, this was me. Shadow.
Yeah. I'm also I don't wanna jump to conclusions yet, because just like everyone else, I haven't seen it yet. So for now, I'm just going to wait. For now, I'm just going to wait.
I'm going to receive the death threats. You guys are all like, yeah, I'm waiting to see it. I'm like, no, it is.
Hey,
oh
you don't
God.
abuse my guest. I abuse my guest. Know your place. Don't take my job.
Shut the heck up and know your darn.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Yeah.
No, but really, it's just like, let me explain what I mean. It's just like whenever people are asking for previews for the next chapter, and like, I know they're really anxious to see the next chapter and stuff, and they show images, but that's the problem. Since they have the previews, they start already thinking all those things, and like, this will happen, and this will happen, and this, and this, and this, and then the chapter finally comes out, either they're disappointed or they're who knows, maybe it did reach their expectative. But I prefer to be one of those people that I could wait. I can wait for a chapter. I waited 3 weeks from 6:15 to 6:16.
Oh God, don't remind me.
So I really
Dark Ages.
True. Thanks God I was away from a computer.
Anyway, the point is, I would like to wait until it's officially out, and then I can give my thoughts about it. Say it like that.
Can I say one thing more about it after you finish?
Of course. Yeah, I'm done. Don't worry.
Okay, so let me just be that bad and how do you call it? Not bad. When kids
Devil's advocate?
Yeah, not necessarily spoiled. This is it. Let me be that spoiled NaruSaku fan.
There we go. Okay.
Oh my God, that NaruSaku fan. If every other fandom, when the first trailers began to scream, "Oh my God, this is so canon! This movie is so canon! Look, Hinata is so bold and she picks on Naruto. Oh my God, Sasuke gives a flower to Sakura and blah 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 blah." Why can't I do the same thing and say, yes, my opinion is that this is it, since at least our moments are with the original characters and not something in the AU universe, so why can't I be the spoiled one?
Because we're supposed to be better people.
Oh, right, okay.
You're not supposed to, bash Hinata or overthrow your staff with your NaruSaku parent. No, I'm just
because apparently we're the arrogant ones, so we have to, be more humble.
Yeah, we're the most biased, we're the most arrogant, we're the most that,
Well, since
at least we're not making up things.
And well,
as far as I'm concerned, it is what it is.
You
mad, bros? You mad? Oh, they mad.
Oh my God, James, I love you.
You've got your opinions, I've got mine.
True.
Anyway,
yeah, Shadow.
There's one thing about part of me being an NaruSaku fan that I try to do. That I try to do. It's just that usually before I like to state my opinions, I usually like to have all the information, to say it like that. I want to have all the details before finally making my argument, because in my own opinion, and I mean no disrespect, no worries, I believe that if I make an opinion and I don't have all the data available, it's going to be a weak point. I mean, it's going to have high chances of someone actually giving a counter argument that will probably take me down, say it like that. And it's not that I don't like that. I learn from that. But when I like to give a debate or an opinion, I usually like it to be a good one, that I have all the info I need for it. So that's why I'm saying that I want to wait until it's out and until I see it to actually give an argument about it.
Oh, shut up! You do this. You do think the same thing as I am.
I don't care. I don't care. I go full force at it. For Demacia!
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I know, but as I said, my personal opinion, and I do an emphasis on personal opinion, which people should learn to respect more others' opinion, the opinions of others. Oh my God, my English sucks at this hour. Oops, sorry. Came after.
That's easy.
Yeah. Came after I saw photos, impressions, videos, trailers. Period. So no, it's not something based on whatever floats around. I mean, it's not something I've made up, from my own little back of my mind.
Yeah, so that's what I meant to say when I say no disrespect, because I know you also had your resources.
I'm a resourceful person.
You did your research, and that's why I was saying it. You know.
Oh my god, oh the hate, I'm gonna get it, but haters gonna hate.
Above all else, do no harm.
And mind if I say something? It probably will be a bit off topic, but if you have been able to win in this podcast with us for this long time, chat, I think your English skills are actually really good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Really well.
Thanks a lot. It was difficult because I haven't spoken in, I don't know, a year or so. And one it's when you actually type it, and one it's when you actually have to speak it. Spell.
Very different things. Very different things.
And sometimes I'm like, blah, blah, actually, it happens. Anyway, but thanks a lot.
I don't know what you were worried about. I mean, I get this all the time from many guests. Oh, my accent's not going to come out good. Oh, I can't speak English well enough.
It'll be fine as long as you just take your time, be clear. It'll be fine.
Be yourself.
And we're
good. Call it a little bit of self-criticism.
But, for all...
I was supposed to be a teacher, so I have this in me.
Right. But I mean, for all future guests, when you come on the show, everything's gonna be okay.
I guarantee
unless,
they don't buy...
Unless I'm here, then everything's not gonna be okay.
I'll block him.
Because I'll scar you.
I'll block him.
Yell.
Don't worry, I'll scar him back, so... I'll fight for you.
I know how I got these scars.
From Batman?
The Batman. Nah, guys. It's all good. This has been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Anyway, any more questions or something like this?
We got one from if you remember my previous guest, NaruSaku for Life.
Oh,
interesting.
Yes. Hey there. Chat says hi. Sorry.
Yes. Funny enough, his name is also James. Go figure. He asks, at what point did you feel that NaruSaku would be canon, and when did you become a fan of it?
Who wants to go first?
I've already answered the second part of the question in my last podcast, so...
Let's see.
Well, let me tell you... Can I go, TL?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I know I talk a lot. I told you this. For me, personally, I come from NaruSaku and NaruHina fandom, I was at first NaruSaku and NaruHina, because, as I told you guys, I was only watching the anime. So this is how bad they distortion everything. No offense to NaruSaku or NaruSaku or NaruHina. Anyway, but then I got to the end, at least the last episode, and I was like, oh my god, I want to know what happens next. So this kind of pushed me to read the manga and to come into contact with the fandom. And I found about the pairings and stuff. I liked Sakura from the beginning, don't get me wrong. But with NaruSaku, I was like, oh my god, look how sad she is. I just wanted Sasuke and the Chidori stuff still didn't happen at that time. So I just wanted her to be happy, not her to be necessarily with Sasuke. For me, personally, as only a Sakura fan, not NaruSaku, nor Sasuke, I just want her to be happy. I don't care with who. But the point is, Naruto makes her happy and makes her feel safe and makes her feel all those things I want her to be. So basically, that's what made me a NaruSaku fan. When I don't know how much time has passed, like maybe 2 years, let's say like this. And what caught my attention at first, I think that scene turned every other shipper into, I like to do a difference between OTP and shipping. One true pairing. So
that's what that means.
Yeah, one true
wow,
pairing.
do I feel like a moron. I had no clue what that meant this whole time.
Yeah, well...
Oh, believe me, I discovered that only a few months ago.
So
you're not the only one.
The only reason I found out what it was because I asked someone after I saw it 20 bazillion times over a course of 3 months. That was, granted, that was 4 or 5 years ago, but still. I was like, What on earth are you talking about? Just tell me what it means, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. I found out, anyway. So I was in the same situation, don't get me wrong. I wasn't oh my god, so... Anyway, so that scene, as I was saying, made any shipping person just go to NaruSaku and make it that one true pairing. You'll love it. When the Four Tails things happens, when basically I saw her, feeling all that guilt, all that anxiety, and when she puts her hand on her heart and she's like aching, but that type of ache which you have for a person you love, but you don't yet see it. And I was like, okay, there's something there, But this was somewhere in the beginning. Then the Naruhina thing come, and I was like, oh, look at them, how cute. So then I came
adorable.
back. Yeah, right. And then I came back to that scene and started basically to just analyze Sakura and analyze Sakura in relation with Sasuke and Naruto. And I just saw it there. And then I started analyzing more and more characters in relation with one another. And this is what made me a NaruSaku. For life. Like literally. Even if it doesn't get canon, I don't care. To me, they're perfect. Because this is how you get a stable relationship. And anyway, I don't want to go that deep right now, but basically they're equals, in this relation they're having, not yet as a couple and everything, but they stay on equal foot, which I like, which I love. I'm not feminist or anything like this, no. I'm like the equality between the sexes, I'm for that, so even though it's Japanese culture and there is a bit different, but still their relationship, as I said, is on equal foot. She respects him, he respects her. She worries about him, he worries about her. She wants to protect him, he wants to protect her, and every other. I mean, we all know the details. And yeah, this is what made me, and this is what will keep me, because as I said, in the other relationships, I don't see it. I see things different, but I won't bring it down right now as I consider irrelevant to the point. So yeah, Four Tails is what totally turned me into a NaruSaku. And then future events.
Well, that's all the time we have, folks. We'll see you around next podcast.
I know I talk a lot, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Alright.
Next!
Okay, could you restate the question?
I have to find it. Oops.
So I talked that much that even James lost his paper with...
I just need to hear the the phrasing again. That way I can organize my thoughts correctly.
When did you turn, I think?
At what point did you feel that NaruSaku will be canon, and when did you become a fan of it?
Okay.
Yeah.
When did I figure it become canon, and when did I become a fan?
Yes.
I figured that it would go canon after the four-tail transformation sequence. That was the trigger point. I'm like, that's it. Those two are going to be together. That's when I saw it coming. When did I become a fan? Pretty early on, actually. I started reading and I started watching the anime. Obviously, my art teacher recommended to me to check it out. But once I started, it was before I started reading the manga. I was already a NaruSaku fan. I just hadn't realized it yet. I was always pulling for Naruto, the girl. I didn't hate Sakura. I never did. I kind of, had issues with her early on in part 1, but as time went on, I'm like, okay. I started to understand this character. I started to like her. By the end of part 1, she became one of my favorites. And I always liked how Naruto and Sakura, the way that they interacted. I always enjoyed their relationship. And the thing I loved most was that, again, Naruto's undying wish to make her happy. That was what he was concerned about. He was never concerned about, I want to be with her. Although, that's really what he wants. What he truly wants is for her to be happy. That supersedes the other. And I always thought it was really cool. When we started to see things in part 2, started to see more of the reciprocation, that's why I really, really became a NaruSaku fan. That's why I became, a shipper.
Those Yamato words.
Yeah. Well, it was before that even. Just the way that they interacted. And that's what sold me on those two as a couple. Again, that was just going off the anime. So, the anime does overemphasize a couple of other things in there. But once you get to part 2, once you get to Shippuden, it's the opposite. It's really funny. There's a lot of NaruSaku filler in Shippuden. And it makes me laugh a lot at the sudden turn of events that occurred for that. So, but yeah, that's when I became a NaruSaku fan. Not too shortly after I got into it, and I just was like, yeah, I can't see this any other way.
Shadow?
Yeah, this might sound weird, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be believed, but I'm one of these guys that even though I actually began with the anime,
so everyone began with the anime.
Yeah, but even though I began with the anime, I actually was already thinking about NaruSaku ever since beginning the anime. I mean, ever since I saw the scene in episode 3, I think it is, the bench scene.
With the...
about Naruto disguised as Sasuke, complimenting Sakura's forehead.
That was so sweet.
At that very moment, I became a NaruSaku fan. It was weird. I can't explain why. I can't give right now a reason as to why. Maybe because at that time I also had a crush, and I was trying my best to gain her attention, to say it like that. So yeah, that might actually have to do with it. But anyway, it was really. As I saw how the series progressed, I think I watched the anime, I'm not sure until which episode. I know I began Naruto late comparing to other people. I'm not sure if I began it in 2000 and... I'm sure it was 2006, 2007, I think. I'm not sure.
Earlier than I started.
I'm not sure. All I knew was that a friend of mine said, hey, there's this series called Naruto, I think you should watch it, and he, gave me a link to the internet with the episodes and stuff, and I began watching it, and I got hooked up with it.
Yeah.
But the point is that, even though the anime did exaggerate some of the sequence and
distorted it,
distorted is the right word? I'm not sure.
Distorted.
Yeah. Even with all of that, I was an avid NaruSaku shipper.
Well, that's a fan.
No, I really wanted Naruto to land with Sakura. I really admire his efforts to win her attention and everything. But there were 2 points. I watched these 2 in the anime. There were actually 2 points in the anime where I said, okay, if before I said that I wanted Naruto with Sakura, now I say it even more. The first one was actually the battle between Naruto and Gaara. And how Naruto was able to summon the Toad Sage to battle Gaara in order to protect Sakura.
And how she transformed in the
and
fox.
The second one that I have to admit, it made me even cry, was when Sakura was actually begging Naruto to bring Sasuke back, and Naruto pretty much decided to relinquish his love, to say it like that, just in order to make Sakura smile and say, don't worry, I'm gonna bring him back. This is gonna be the promise of a lifetime.
Oh, Jesus, don't remind me, because I am the biggest crybaby. Can I add something more? Because I reminded when TL was saying that how things were turning in second part of Naruto in the fillers. What I also like about them is that, for example, in the confession, I saw a really interesting point today. Someone made a new post about it, because I think it's the most debated thing of all times. As that person was saying on Tumblr, Avael, I think he's the username 01. So hey there, if you get to hear us, as I know he's a NaruSaku fan. He was saying this, like, in the confession, when she tells him, you know, I like you, whatever, blah blah blah. He's like turning things against her, but then again she comes and turns things back at him. They're like challenging each other. They're not, you know, submissive one to each other or anything like this. They're like, you know, this is my point of view. Respect it. I hope you get the
break down the walls of Jericho.
Yeah, that's hashtag respect. CM Punk demands respect.
Yeah, you know, and they keep challenging themselves, and they're not going to just let it go and, okay, as you say it, I agree with you. No! If this is my opinion, well, hello, you know? This is what I like about their interaction. They can be individual and on their 2 feet, even they were together or not. I can see this in the future. Because, in my opinion, individualism in a relationship is a big thing, because we tend to, generally speaking, to just give ourselves to the person next to us and forget about who we are. No. We just have to learn to be ourselves, to not give up on ourselves, but to be with that person. I don't know if it makes any sense.
Jerry Maguire. You think we're arguing, I think we're finally communicating.
Yeah, something like this, you know? You know, to just keep your own personality.
Help
so
me,
you won't
help you.
Yeah. Something like this. It was kind of like this, so yeah. This is another thing. I mean, I'd have millions of reasons to talk about them and why do I like them, and it keeps amazing me that people don't see it. And what I like also, it's not that he deserves her or she deserves him or anything like this, because if it is like this, they would be canon long time ago. They would be canon in part 1, since Naruto clearly deserves Sakura. But they're like just not a prize you win in a race. one to each other. No, they're like these two individuals who want to work together for a better thing between them or for others or whatever. But they work together on this equal foot. They work on their relationship. They respect each other. I don't know.
It's the idea
Anyway,
of
you
a
get-
cohesive unit, really. That's the main thing. It's
Yeah,
really stopping two
exactly.
people. It's that
Exactly.
concept of when you're in a relationship like that, where you are both seeing each other eye to eye. You're really stopping stopping two people and start becoming one. That kind of
Exactly.
idea.
True. So.
Yes, I'll always feel like a battlefield, a battlefield.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite songs, actually.
Mine too.
Well, we're having the same star sign, remember?
Wavelength!
Yeah. And we share it with Sakura. Ta-da!
Remember, kids, love is not like a skee-ball game at Chuck E. Cheese. You don't win enough tickets and you get the girl. No, it's not like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna run 100 miles and get the girl, or what?
It's too easy.
No. Exactly. No, but it makes the person next to you sound like an object, you know? It's like, I'm gonna go in the market running and, I'm gonna buy it. No, wait. We're talking about two individuals here. Human beings. Not objects, which you can... It's not something you deserve because you took a good grade. You had an A and mom is gonna buy you, I don't know what, comics or whatever you wish for. No. I'm so stuffed with this. She deserves him, he deserves her, or whatever. No. What about what he wants for a change? And KNS was, I think, James on the forum saying this. Kishi always says, support Naruto, give your support to him. And on all those things. Well, we support him for the Hokage dream. We support him with getting Sasuke back or redeeming him or whatever. But we don't support him when he wants to get the girls of his dreams. Why? Because we're too judgmental? So what's it? It's your problem if he wants that girl. For him, he's the girl. If it's for you, another, that's your own thing. But him, he wants that specific girl, no matter that you hate her.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be shy, go on and kiss the girl.
Yeah. But that's just me, and I've been talking a lot again. So
This might be the longest podcast yet.
because I'm in it.
Looks like it.
Alright then, so I'm gonna try to finish answering the question as fast as I can, say like that. Okay, that was actually my initial perception. I mean, I wanted Naruto to win Sakura, to say like that, because I thought he deserved it after all he did for her.
True supporter. He wanted this. Sorry.
However, as the series was progressing, so was I growing, to say it like that. And there was this book that I actually read that I could say changed my life in many ways. It's called The Art of Loving by Eric Fromm. I would advise any of our listeners and my fellow members of Heaven and Earth here to read it. To me, it's a really, really good book, explaining about what love is. So anyway, one of the things that I learned there was actually what you were just speaking about, Chad, about how love is not about priced people, to say it like that. It's about two persons working together. It's about the fact that even though they are individuals, they can actually walk the same path, say it like that.
Exactly.
And that actually changed my perception not only about love, but also about how would I treat parents, to say it like that. And when I read Naruto again after reading this book, and by that time Shippuden was already out, I begin to notice how Naruto and Sakura actually work together. you could say that in daily life, in battles, in a common goal, and when I see the lengths they are willing to cross to help each other, not by selfishness, by selflessness actually, what Sakura
Yeah, I'm gonna
is
get
capable
killed
of
for
doing
you.
for Naruto, and what Naruto is capable of doing for Sakura, that's when you could say that my faith in NaruSaku, you could say was reborn, to say it like that, because it's not based now on the concept that Naruto deserves Sakura, but it's now based on the concept that it's actually they both complement each other and they both help each other grow.
True.
So, yeah, I hope that can pretty much answer the two questions. I did become a NaruSaku fan ever since the beginning of the Naruto series, but my fate was reborn, to say it like that, after reading the book The Art of Loving, which I believe was in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. And the moment when I thought that NaruSaku was canon was, to me, was the promise of the lifetime. Because even though they made actually, that was actually in part one, to say it like that, before Shippuden, you can see that this has been a recurring theme in the manga. How that promise has been something good and something bad at the same time. But even so, how are
together?
yeah. But even so, how those two are willing to work together and to protect each other, to say it like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much.
Well, basically, at the end of the promise, when Naruto says to Sakura, "Don't worry, I'm gonna bring him back," she already starts realizing that, wait a minute, he's been here for me, and I've been calling him all those names, but actually the only one when I needed someone, it was him. So that little reciprocation started actually in part one.
Yep. When Sakura said, "Next time, we'll do it together."
True. And this keeps going up until now. In 573, when she says again, "We'll do it together," she hasn't forgot this. But I wonder how many remember. So yeah.
Well, thanks, NaruSaku, for such an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it did. It did. I mean, come on, it's a pleasure, at least for us, to talk about NaruSaku. At least for me. I don't know if I'm too obsessed or
No.
too passionate. But for me, yeah, I mean, I enjoy to see things like this, and it's all, yeah, it is angsty here and there, but you can't find a relationship only with, unicorns and rainbows.
That wouldn't be interesting anyways. I mean...
Exactly, that's boring for me.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Yeah, oh my god. Poor Twilight. Poor Twilight. I'm totally about it. But yeah, this is the idea, and if people think this is over, no. This is just the beginning. Because as we were discussing, I think, I don't know, yesterday, I don't know when, because these ideas come and go, come and go, come and go. I wonder how many people saw basically her confession, a factual thing, an expressing of those emotions of the hug in 450. Because there you could have read so many things on her face. And basically when the confession comes, it's like it describes all she felt back then. At least for me, this is how it is. But anyway, yeah. Sorry to talk a lot. Any more questions, James?
Well, I haven't even answered it yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
my
James!
Oh
God.
boy, it's on!
Go, James!
So any more questions, James? Don't I get to answer it?
Well, you said at the beginning you kind of answered. I don't know what
I
question.
answered the second part.
Sorry. Yeah, you get to answer it.
Get in my own podcast. I get no respect.
I know, seriously, you just need to go out on strike, man. Start dressing up like CM Punk. Get yourself a manager like Paul Heyman.
Sorry.
Hey, look at it this way. Even if you lose the title, you still have the title. You can have the right to be delusional here.
Dude, what now? I wasn't listening. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So, James.
So, James. Mhm.
Now, on the other podcast, I explained when I started being a Naruto fan, which was about the same time my fiance, at that time, she was a huge Naruto fan, even before I became one. Sadly she died, but ever since then I've been just carrying on with this manga. So that was a couple of years. That was like several years ago.
But isn't the question actually when do you became a NaruSaku fan?
Right, but the second part of the question is when you started getting into the manga.
Second, yeah. Well, no. Second question is when did you? The first question was at what point is it canon, and the second question is when did you get into it? And you did talk about that in the podcast, how you got into it. So
Yes.
So what moment was
The
thought,
hospital scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when Sasuke tells her, no, it was actually Naruto who did it.
No, not
No?
that scene. The one after he comes back from the Sasuke retrieval arc and he fails and he's all bandaged up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There are so many
Next time we'll do it together.
That was the scene that kind of, well, everyone already explained it already, but it was the scene that, where she's actually looking at him and she saws, wow, he got totally beat the crap out of him. And, you can see it in her face where she's like, wow, he did all that for me?
Yeah, and I felt her feeling a bit of guilty at the same time, like, what I've been doing, he's been doing so many things for me, yet all I'm doing is just asking him to do more things for me, and I'm not doing anything, It makes sense?
Selfish.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when she asked him to bring Sasuke back, I think that people don't get it. She wasn't the first one who thought that Naruto is the only one who can bring Sasuke back. Because, yeah, she asks him this, and then when Neji fights Kidomaru, he says that the only one, Sasuke-sama or something like this, you're now in the darkness, but there is someone who can bring you back from there, or something like this. This is the general idea. So I don't know why people make a big deal that, oh my god, Sakura, look at her, how selfish, how could she ask him this, how could she be so selfish and not think about his feelings. Well, first of all, she doesn't know about his feelings because he's hiding them. Second of all, she's asking this because he's the guy who always comforts her and, makes her feel protected and safe and, I don't know, so many things, whatever. And he's the guy she trusts the most. If you have a friend, because at that point they were friends, yes. So if you have a friend who you trust most, don't you go to him to ask for help? So it is only logical. And as I said, the fact that she wasn't the only one who thinks this makes her look not so selfish as people make her to be. On that logic, Neji is selfish as well as the other rookies. As well as Tsunade, because Tsunade tells Shikamaru, there's someone I would like to recommend to you. And then we see him with Naruto.
As well as a certain other female character with long black hair that I have no idea what her name is. Can someone help me out with this one?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No comment.
Silence.
It's all with the first impression.
Yeah.
They saw Sakura was selfish, and she was selfish from the first impression, and that's the first impression they're stuck with. They don't see her change. Not like we do.
Indeed, Sakura at the beginning was, oh my god, I was like,
that was the
girl,
point.
are you serious? Exactly, because it was a part of her character development. She's the character who learns from all these mistakes she does, and she becomes more self-critic and more self-aware, and she's not that shallow fangirl she used to be. She cuts her hair, because this is something I've been reading in my analysis as well. That cutting hair, she just didn't cut her hair, for Christ's sake. Besides the fact that it's a symbolism in Asian culture that means letting go of your past, of who you were in the past, and beginning to be a new person, which she starts, of course.
Cryptic metaphor.
yeah. You know, and, well, as I said there, I understand the male audience wouldn't get it, but I have more expectations from the female audience.
Ow.
Really? Really, because come on, we're girls. We'll always want to be, you know, what makeup should we wear? Oh my god, look, I should do this hair like this, like that. Like, it's a part of us. It's a way to show how feminine we are and to impress you guys and whatever. So, it's a part that represents us all, not just some girls. So, that's why it wasn't just cutting her hair. She had to give up, not to mention that it was a thing that, you know, she could compete with Ino in getting Sasuke's attention. So she gave up all that to protect them. What? Hair? Doesn't matter. Boom. Go. I have other important things to take care of right now.
Sakura's Tumblr. I had the perfect guy. I had the perfect guy right now, and he was my best friend the whole time. Hashtag love, hashtag winning.
Yeah. Exactly. Well.
James S Cassidy reply, he did
it! Yeah. No, it's actually not reply. They work more on reblogging. There is that reply button, but it only gives you, like, I don't know, an amount of characters, right? And you want to write, like, all these long answers, and in the end you can't.
Them. I don't do it.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm dealing with it. Anyway, oh my god, I'm talking a lot, so you guys should say something.
Cryptic metaphor.
It's STL. Shadow, are you still there?
Well,
yeah, I'm here.
We don't have any more questions, and by the way, listeners, if you have gotten this far, congratulations.
You are saints.
You have hit the 5-hour mark.
Awesome!
You guys are great.
This is the longest podcast we have so far, and I know 4Life is like, I could do it better. I'm like, oh no. Canceling all podcasts until I can figure something out. But, you know, now we come to the part of the show where we give our final thoughts. So I'm gonna go grab a sandwich. I'm gonna let these guys talk about their final thoughts. The final things, if you could tell the fandom anything of what you want to express, what would it be?
Guys, you go first, because I might talk a lot. Again. So at least.
Like, could you take the lead this time?
What? Alright.
For you.
Oh gosh.
That's very inspirational, guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure.
You're a lot of faith to the fans. Appreciate that.
Of course, just the utmost. No, seriously, guys. This week's chapter, in summary, I liked it. It was good. Good background. A lot of things to look forward to. In NaruSaku news, things are looking up. I'm really, like I said before, I said again, really, really want to see Sakura have a role coming up soon. Sooner is better. Interested to see how the movie turns out, but we got time till that. Interested in playing the game, got time till that. And, of course, don't lose hope. This series has a lot of places to go still, and, you just gotta put your trust in Kishimoto, and trust that he won't go Harvey Dent on us. So, yes. Those are my thoughts all in all. If you want to hear more of my thoughts, obviously you guys know my YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/TwilightLink21XX, and you can hear my further thoughts on the chapter, hopefully this Monday. Don't expect too much from what you've heard here. That's pretty much what I'm thinking this week, but, we'll have the official translation by there, so we'll have some addendums.
Alright then, well, what can I say? This chapter has been really surprising for many of us. We're actually really surprised to see Hashirama's personality, as well as to see how serious Tobirama is. And we also have a new... You could say we have new light on why do the Uchiha, are like that, to say it, to put it like that. I don't know if he gives any sympathy for them. Well, that might be understandable, but anyway, I'm really looking forward to next week's chapter. I'm really interested to see what Hashirama has to say. We can see that he has a serious face in the last panel of the chapter, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And well, to the listeners out there, be patient. Next chapter is coming soon. Keep your faith strong in NaruSaku. On a personal note, I have to say that I'm really proud of my fellow NaruSaku shippers in the Heaven and Earth forum. I think you know why. I already wrote about it in my blog. I want to say that I'm actually really proud of you. You make me smile a lot when I least expect it. So all I can say is keep the spirits up, be patient. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have our next moment soon. And well, take care, alright? And since I won't be seeing you in quite some time, well, happy Valentine's Day. From yours truly, Shadow Wolf.
I guess this is my time. Yeah. I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible, though I talk a lot, I know this. And I repeat myself a lot. But oh well. About this week's chapter, surprising for me in the good way, in the bad way, as I told you, I have a love-hate relationship with it. But hey, this is Kishi, so what can we do about it? I loved Hashirama. I mean, is there someone out there who doesn't love Hashi? Come on. He's the biggest goofball, which we love. I liked Tobirama, so what I would like to say to this fandom, because I'm sure that somewhere, someone who won't be in the pay rings or who would be, I don't know, in the opposite fandom, whatever, generally, don't get so judgmental yet. I've seen, as I told you previously in the beginning, that people started calling him all those names and saying, oh my god, he's this bad guy, whatever. What I'm trying to say is just wait. And in the end, this is a manga. Don't get it too serious, because I've seen people with some comments really just taken too far away. What else? I'm curious to see about Sasuke, about how he'll react what Minato's role will be in all this, but my guess is that the whole Toby attack with the QB. So yeah, I guess we should just wait forward and to see what happens. As for the NaruSaku part, as Shadow here said, have patience, because this saying with good things comes to those who wait, well, in our case at least, it's true. I know it's hard, I know we're being hit by every other fan out there who is not NaruSaku. We're being hit from all sides. We're being like, in your face, it's canon and everything. And I know it's hard because I was down at a point, but these guys here always restore my faith. So just keep the faith, and this is the best advice I can give it. Just keep the positive attitude. Even if it doesn't get canon, it's our ship. It's our perfect ship, our one true ship, as we were saying. And it doesn't matter what others think, as long as, you're okay with it. And as long as you don't get over the edge with it. Because I know we have some NaruSaku fans there who are not quite as I wish. So that part of the NaruSaku fandom, please learn to be more calm, maybe. Not to be mean or anything, but it would be nice. So yeah, generally, that's the idea. Good things come for those who wait, so just wait, keep the faith up. We're sending a lot of kisses and hugs from here, a lot of encouragement. If you needed someone to talk, I'm here on my personal Tumblr, on NaruSaku podcast Tumblr. You can find me on the forums. Just give me a call and I'll just try to be there for you with anything I can help. And for you guys, Shadow, it was a pleasure to talk to you. TL, for me, I don't know, I have a big respect for you because it's hard to find people who are less biased. And I don't know, you're just like this epitome for me of someone who really knows what he's talking about, and of someone with self-respect as well, because I do appreciate people with self-respect. And it was a pleasure to meet you, really. Not sugar-coated thing, but it was a pleasure to meet you. James, I love you. It was a pleasure to talk to you as well. I know I talk a lot, and I know this is your podcast, but hey, you have bookings for the next podcast, so you'll get away with me. Kidding. But yeah, it was really nice having you guys.
The sandwich was good.
Anyway, I'm done. Hugs and kisses for every fan out there.
I got mustard on my shirt.
Yay!
Well, thanks for the kind words, chat. I appreciate all you coming here. We have a lot of jokes, we have a lot of fun, but at the end of the day, I really appreciate you guys. You're some of the best fans this fandom has. Keep doing what you're doing. And for the rest of you out there who listen to not only my podcast, but follow TwilightLink, who follow forums, what Chat may say, or what ShadowLink may post, don't go gentle. Do not go gentle into that good night. And always follow the horizon. I'm James S Cassidy.
Chat here.
Outro yourself, guys.
I was waving. TL21XX.
And, well, I'm Shadow Wolf.
Saying goodnight till next week.
Good
Night,
night.
people. Happy
Catch y'all later.
Back